Hey guys, Belton here. Got a nice quick video for you guys today. I'm going to show you guys how to make synthesis items. On top of that, if you stick around for the whole video, at the end of it, it's just going to be a real short one. We are going to gamble 2 House of Mirrors cards using Life Force. Thanks to Walnut here who asked me to do so, but I thought you guys would enjoy the gamba. Now, obviously, a lot of the crafting I do involves synthesis modifiers. And I take for granted, perhaps, that people understand how to get those. But on every video I make, somebody asks, how do you get items with 3 synthesis implicits? So I'm going to show you how to do that today. Now, previously, the way that most synthesis implicits came into the game was through the Atlas with the with the synthesis specialization. The one that is now Vivid Memories. It used to make it so Uber Cortex would drop 2 or 3 rare items that had 3 synthesis implicits on it, and it would also have a greater chance for less likely mods to exist. Now, when the game says more or more likely to, it's either a 10x multiplier or a 100x multiplier, depending on the wording of it. So when it says less likely, more likely for less likely, sorry, it's a hard word vomit, more likely for less common mods to drop. It probably meant that like the rarest mods had roughly were 10 times or so, probably at a minimum, more likely to exist. So if you look at T0 synthesis mods, something like Power Charge, Endurance Charge, Frenzy Charge, Explode, stuff like that, those are approximately 1 in 2,000 Vivid Vultures. So that would mean if you got it to drop from there, it would be like a 1 in 200. So it's a very significant increase in the actual amount of like rare synth mods that existed. They've since removed that option from Cortex, however. And so the only way to actually get triple synth implicits now is to do so the following way. You're going to come to the Hoarder Crafting Station here, and you type synth, and you'll see that it says synthesize an item giving random synthesized implicits. Cannot be used on unique, influence, synthesized, or fractured items. And so you can use this on any quality except for unique, of course, and then notwithstanding the pre-existing conditions that are there. The baseline expectation is to get 1 synthesis modifier. Approximately 1 in every 5 times, you'll get 2 synthesis modifiers, and every 1 in 16 will give 3 synthesis modifiers. Now, obviously, that means that if you have a base that you definitely want to use, you don't want to have to risk the getting 1 synth mod, right? And so there's a couple of ways that you can go about this. The easiest way, like the most simple and the most conventional way, is to just, so say you were doing it on this helmet here. You can see I've got a Lich's circlet, item level 85, 100% base percentile with 30 quality. Good base, right? If I were to synthesize this, and the base was 100 divines, right? So I want to make sure that I can get triple synth on that if I'm trying to synthesize it, but I don't want to risk it. So what you would do is you just make it magic, right? You throw a transmute on it, and then it goes magic, and then you can come and you go to the bestiary, and you can make an imprint. So you come back up, you synthesize it, and then if it got 1 implicit or 2 implicits, you use the imprint to return it to the state where it has none, and you can repeat that. However, one of the interesting things as well, though, and I'm going to demonstrate this here for you first, is that if there are vendor recipes that exist for a certain item, you can actually wipe the synthesis implicit while maintaining the base stats of the same item. So if you notice here, we've got a General's helmet that has 26 quality, and it's got 488 armor, item level 84, right? Now, if you take a helmet that is normal and you take 2 minion gems that have a combined quality of at least 40, so they have to be 20, or I guess it could be 17 and 23, you'll see here that it gives you back a magic helmet that has +1 to minion skill gems on it, and it says sockets and defenses are not shown. But we can see here it's 26 quality with 488, so I'll press accept, and you'll look, it maintains the same amount of base percentile, and it maintains the quality. So what we're going to do here is we'll take the Lich's circlet, we go synth, and we got 15% energy shield, right? So rather than have to go use an imprint, which is like 1 divine, we can just go like this. They changed it. I literally did this with the boots, and I did this on the helmet earlier. When did they change that? Was there a hot fix? I don't see it. Oh. There's no patch note for it.
What exactly happened?
The vendor recipe that normally removes synth, which I've done here. Okay, item level 85. Of course. One of those days. One of those days. It still works for boots. Why doesn't it work for helmets? No, the split has nothing to do with it. So let's just recap here what just happened. I stopped recording. Does that make sense to anyone? I mean, this part was just unlucky, but
Patch notes. It's so weird.
exact same circumstances. It's adding a prefix, right? Okay, there's synthesis mods. Adding a prefix. Okay, I know you guys are like having Schadenfreude here, which I can appreciate. I would laugh at me too. Frankly, I was doing this to be helpful, so my intentions were actually good here. But I would still laugh because it's me. But getting past that, though, does this make sense to anybody?
Me it doesn't. That might be as retarded as a question as I'm European, but could it maybe have to do with how many implicits are on there?
No. It's the fact that the vendor recipe gives you back the same base, and it wipes the synth. Well, it works for rings too, because you can do the chaos, add chaos res. That'll get rid of synthesis as well. So why does the helmet not do it?
I'm gonna have a long jump here and say you might have discovered a bug.
That was 100 divines, the helmet. I would laugh at myself if it was like if they patched it and it was just like a haha fucking stupid built and didn't read the patch notes. That doesn't make any sense though. I just read the patch notes. There's no patch notes. I'm actually really not upset about that, but I'm kind of upset about that. Okay, let's take away what we can from here, understanding that pouting doesn't make me better. Next time, if I'm doing something I haven't done immediately, I should imprint it first, regardless. Even though it's a waste of a divine, at least it gives you the safety. I'm culpable in that respect. I should read the patch notes in the future to make sure. We confirmed with the helmet first. I did try the recipe first to confirm it maintains the quality and that it would maintain the base percentile. So I did test it first. I suppose I could have synthesized the first helmet to check. But it works on all the other base types. As a serious note, guys, can you, and again, I understand the element of the taking joy in my temporary misery here. Here, maybe I'll put up a poll because I know a lot of people don't like typing. If you could, for a moment, be honest here, because I'm legitimately curious. Because if it's not, I'll highlight this and send it to GGG and ask them for an explanation. But